Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blackout Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, and I'm joined by your favorite co-host,
Karen,
who is my wife.
Yes.
The official weapon of the show is the folding chair,
chair.
and the unofficial sport.
What about?
And bullet ball, extreme. I don't know. This is a late night show. We don't know how long it's going to be. Probably short. And we'll try to do kind of like yesterday, where we just go through a lot of stuff, and speed through and enjoy and see where the show takes us. You never know. Did you have banter for today?
I do.
All right. Anytime, computer. Just whenever it takes. Do you have any? Talk to me. Do you have any? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Talk to me. Banter. Talk to me.
Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter.
I do.
All right, Karen. Hit us with some of that banter.
I know this might sound silly, but I enjoy when you run into old black people that you haven't seen in a long time. One of our neighbors, we hadn't seen him in a while. And we used to, I don't know if our schedule changed, his schedule changed, but we used to run across him more frequently. And so when we ran across him, he was like, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that jazz. He was like, I hadn't seen you in a while. I was like, I know, right? And I was thinking in my mind, I said, the only thing he was short of saying is, I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays. I love old black people.
Yeah, I have seen him since then, but I haven't seen him, I guess, with you maybe.
Right.
But yeah, it was he's always friendly. Yeah, so that dude he's pretty cool. Let's see. It was kind of controversial, but kind of fake controversial, like, people that don't know these folks, but Nick Wright went on Bill Simmons' show and he floated the idea about how to fix the All-Star game and you should make the black people play the white people. And it's like tongue-in-cheek joke. Like, if you know Nick Wright, he's not a anti-black racist or whatever.
At all.
Anyway, I was like, man, that's I know where he's going with it, but that's a very white man's way of thinking about it, and I floated out my idea before of like it should be black, white, and international, and you let the players pick where they want to play, and then that says a lot about them. So like when Karl Anthony Towns doesn't pick the black team but then he picks the international team, we like, ooh, you said something. You don't want to play with us. You different. You I know black, I'm my poppy Dominican or whatever. But I was like, what else would be a good idea for the next one? Light skin versus dark skin. If we're just gonna be toxic, let's just be toxic.
He just have a brawl.
Yeah, somebody was like, well, where's Chet Holmgren gonna play? Because he's white. And I said, with the dark skinned people, of course. Like, come on. You see how he be acting? He's gonna play with the. Plus, how else is he gonna be him versus Victor Wembanyama? It's gotta be Victor gonna be on the light skinned team, so he gotta go to the dark skinned team. Anyway, that was my dumbass idea. You?
Oh, my next one is for those of you that don't come to the chat live. Roger plays music during the show. And you play the song, and for those long-time listeners, like you have listened for years, that lifestyle song, right?
Yeah, lifestyle.
If you ask me who that man is today, I will still say who. And, and I know it's hilarious.
It's not one man. It's a bunch of people on the song.
But every time we brought that song up, we was talking about one particular person.
I'm just saying, it's not just you can't remember one person. It's like you actually could have gotten way more out of it because it's more than one person on the song. You could have actually, you had many chances to get this right, is what I'm saying, and you blew them all.
I blew them. I can't tell you that. I do not know why. There's certain information that if I don't give a fuck about it and I don't care about it, my brain will not retain it. And you ask me, you tell me the same thing tomorrow, and I'll be like, who? Because my brain, it just will not hold on to it. I'm like, that shit was that motherfucker important, and I will not stash that in my memory bank.
It's Rich Gang, Young Thug, Rich Homie Quan. That's the people that made it. But yeah, you definitely don't remember the name.
I started laughing because I was like, I said, now I know we did dozens of shows and Roger would mention one of their names and I'd be like, who? You play the song and Roger would literally play the song. I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, people used to be like, why don't y'all cover the Young Thug trial? I was like, so I can remind Karen every day of my life who Young Thug is. It's just more work for me. If I had a normal co-host that retained information, yes, we could do that.
No, but not
that
with
would
me.
be fun. But if I gotta start over at zero every day like I'm the fucking protagonist of Memento,
yes,
I'm
you
good.
do.
I'm good.
And you ask me tomorrow, I'm be like, who these people?
I was out walking the other day, and I've realized I have a very specific nightmare scenario that is only influenced by my social media algorithm on Instagram. And it's like these IG models, sometimes they do pranks on people. Like they walk out the house, looking like an IG model. Mm-hmm. And they know human beings see all that and they gonna look. Yeah, and then they be like, naturally. Got you on camera. It was a third camera somewhere you didn't see that was recording you looking at me. And now you look like a weird pervert, even though that's a normal reaction that 99% of people, men, women included, would have. Like, oh my God.
Everybody would look like, oh.
I can't believe someone's walking in the mall with a thong. And they be like, look at you freaky. And so I was walking, and everyone was out this day. It was a nice warm day. Everybody was walking, but I was walking, and this older woman with a dog was walking the opposite way. And as she was walking, I could tell, and this was not me trying to be pervy or nothing. She didn't have a bra on, and her shirt was basically see-through.
Okay.
And I don't know. Look, she was old enough that maybe she was just like, listen, I'm done putting these things up.
I'm through.
Y'all get what y'all get. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you get what you get.
I done made it through. I'm a bra burning like first wave feminist. Like
right. And I meant that thing.
Yeah. Like I'm these things fitting to be free. It's not even about you. It's just about my comfort. Like
y'all got to deal with me. Y'all are here with me.
Thank God I have my transition glasses on that make it look like shades so you can't see my eyes exactly.
Right.
Because I imagine me and the other 20 people walking the way I was walking, we all saw them old titties and was like, oh my God, them titties is out.
The titties is out.
Like I didn't turn my head or nothing, but I realized I have a very specific phobia of I'm gonna pop up on Instagram. I'm gonna be scrolling looking at IG models later on, and I'm gonna see like, wait, is that me?
Right. And
that man stopped in his tracks and looked at them old titties. Like, what's wrong with him?
Pervert? Like, that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
I didn't come at you. I didn't speak to you. It was no interaction. How am I the pervert?
Yeah, it's a very specific phobia. Like, it's, like I'm not one of these like oglers.
Right, right. Me either.
Like, right. I feel like I'm like 99% of us probably fall in the group of, look but don't stare kind of, like you don't go out of your way to like, it's like, woo, a wooga, eyes pointing, honk.
Yeah, you just happen to look, and if something catch your eyes, you be like, oh, okay, and then you just go on and look at something else, right?
I'm never gonna whistle nobody, no street harassment,
not gonna shit like that, no.
Not gonna stop in my tracks. But I did have a moment of like, I was feeling like, should I look around for a camera? Is this a trick? Like, she just out here like walked out the house with my titties out. I don't know what everybody was staring at, and then it's just they do a montage sometimes of all the people stopping to look at titties and ass and shit. And I was like, I don't want to be one of you. So now I had to pretend like I was Stevie Wonder. I was like, titties, I don't see anything. I'm just on a walk.
And people respond all types of ways to that. So you just never know. So you just be like, okay.
Yeah, like you see it in the gym. Like they have the IG models that go to the gym. And look, same thing. When I'm at the gym, basically my hands on 10 and 2. I'm not ogling, not flirting, I'm only speaking to people in the most platonic, they spoke to me type of ways.
Right.
I don't give a fuck how bad anyone looks. I don't care if they doing an exercise
Everybody
wrong.
is asexual.
Yeah, we're all just amorphous blobs in there.
Right.
But you see the videos on, at least I do on my algorithm. Y'all probably don't see these, but I see the algorithm, and they'll have women that come set up a camera at the gym, work out. And sometimes it's just somebody they're just doing regular workouts, and you see dudes being weird perverts and shit.
Right.
But then sometimes it is like an IG model, and it's like, that's not even how you supposed to use the machine. Why would you? Why are you thrusting your vagina into the leg squat machine? That's not how that one works.
Yeah, that's not how that one works at all. You supposed to be using your arms, ma'am.
Right. It's like, damn, they caught another nigga looking. I'm like, yeah, but he might have just been looking like, that's not how.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
You can't bench press with your butt. That's not how.
He might have been like, ma'am, can I assist you? And was like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, not me. I don't care. I can see a woman hanging off the ceiling in there. I don't see nothing.
I don't blame you,
You
baby.
could be butt ass naked. I'm like, I'm not popping up on nobody's feed. I don't need y'all tagging me like, Rah, was this you?
Right.
Nope, it was not. But yeah, them old titties had me thinking like, oh my God,
hilarious.
it's a trap.
It is a trap.
You know, it's like too good to be true. It's like, oh, titties for me? Just out here? No,
Just out here.
this is a setup.
Right.
Where's Chris Hansen? Have a seat over here.
Come on.
I'm like, she not underage. Yes, but you was looking at them old titties. It don't matter what age.
But like, she overaged. That don't make sense, sir.
Right. You know why I'm here? Yes, I was looking at them old titties. Anything else, Karen? All right. The only other thing I had, well, actually I have two small things. The first one is never take advice from people that fry chicken and fish in the same grease. Okay? I'm sorry. But
yes, it needs to be separate grease because they all that shit will taste alike.
Don't eat their food. Don't take their advice.
I'm with you.
Don't listen to them.
Restaurants, they have two. It put like this: a good restaurant has two separate fryers. You have a fish fryer and a chicken fryer, and them bitches don't cross.
No respect for no restaurant that cook chicken and chicken and fish in the same grease. No respect.
Right.
Like honestly, I'll never eat there again. And if it's your house, I'll never go there again. And then the other thing is a little more serious, but still a little bit funny, I guess. But well, not really funny, but just something I was thinking about. Jesse Jackson passed. And you know, it's a big, you know, that's a big one. That man touched a lot of lives. And you know, he became a public figure, and you know, there's jokes about him. Obviously, he played into some of the jokes. I remember he did a SNL sketch one time, or like a Weekend Update, where he read Green Eggs and Ham in his Jesse Jackson cadence.
In that voice,
Very
that's
funny,
hilarious.
very funny. I also remember when he anyway, he was just, to me, like, he had scandals and stuff too, but nothing that really rose to the point of, in my opinion, meaning he wasn't a dude that was a righteous activist trying to do his best for everybody and all that stuff.
Right.
But one of the things I thought about was, you know, there's an episode of our podcast where I talked about the epiphany I had about Jesse Jackson
years ago.
It was strangely, it came from a dream. It wasn't like, I'm not that hippy dippy of a person, but you know, to be honest, that I literally woke from my dream. We came and recorded the podcast and did it like literally that that day. You know, it was like, I was like, man, I had this dream about Jesse Jackson.
I remember that show.
And how, you know, there's so many times that he's been considered a joke, and I used to like play into those jokes. I used to laugh about that stuff, like ha ha ha, Jesse Jackson, you know, and you know, and I just had this weird epiphany where I was like, wait a minute, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, all the activists who lived they kind of tried to character assassinate them into running jokes, and if they couldn't just say they were a joke, they would say, well, they're a race baiter or they're just stirring up trouble. And that works on a lot of black folks, man. Like a lot of black folks, you know, we kind of fall for that, you know, that whole like, you know, because society's giving you this message. It's not how you came up with yourself, and you kind of belittle the work that they did in many ways. Like you see, or you used to see it, even when new activists came in, you know, when Black Lives Matter was popping,
always attack them.
I remember a lot of them would start off with the like dissing the older activists and basically saying, go sit down, we don't need you anymore. And
but for a lot of them not to be around today.
Yeah, a lot of those activists have basically retired from activism. It's not as popping as it was.
Right. It's not as profitable as it was.
It's very difficult. The administrations have changed. You know, doing that activism under Obama was like playing the game, you know, on an easier level than under Trump. And
right.
I'm not saying that as a judgment because I'm not an activist, but I am saying it tells you a lot that people like Jesse, people like Al have gone through so many versions of America, so many different influences at the top. You know, they watched their friends die, and not just of old age, but literally holding Martin Luther King after he was shot.
Right.
And then they were delegitimized by mocking them, delegitimized by you know, the double standards of the media calling them race baiters for, you know, speaking on racism. You know, Tawana Brawley, like Al Sharpton believed her, and that was a mark on his career. Like, how could you believe the one time the racism wasn't right, you believed that woman? And they tried to, you know, admonish him and try to, you know, so I don't know. Seeing Jesse pass today was kind of like a reminder of like, man, that dude really put in that work and deserves all the praise that we can give. Because honestly, man, we're not making too many people like that anymore. You know,
people aren't, not trying to be funny, people aren't built to built to last like that. And the reason why I said it is because those people, like you say, generations actually watch people die, like right in front of them. People get assassinated and things like that. Not that the activists don't deal with that today, but it's just one of those things where if you are around long enough, you will eventually be the what they say, the enemy, quote unquote. You know, because you've hanged around long enough. The thing about Martin Luther King is that he died, so for a lot of people, he's quote unquote cemented in stone. And when you're cemented in stone like that, you can't critique. You like it's one of those things because that person's no longer here. But once you live life long enough, you're going to continue to make errors and make mistakes and just be alive and just be here. And you just being here sometimes, for a lot of people, it's the problem. You're here. So for me, I think even a lot of people in the black community took him and Al Sharpton's work for granted. Like the things that they did not help build.
Al Sharpton got stabbed, man. Like that shit is real.
Right.
Like, you know, Jesse, like I said, was on the balcony when King, you know, he was right after King got shot. Like death was all around them, you know, it touched them. And yeah, so you know, y'all don't really see me ever really shitting on them. Like you can listen to this show forever. You're not gonna like, even if it's like, I remember Al Sharpton with the perm and the jogging. Like, I'm not saying I'm a funny person. I'm not saying there's zero things.
Jokes, right.
But like the idea of admonishing, dismissing their work, acting like they never did shit and only the new kids are doing stuff is crazy to me. And it's never stopped, right? You know, all those Ferguson activists that turned up dead, and then, you know, like I said, I can't even blame the people that was like, I'm gonna just go back to school. I'm gonna just go get a family. I'm gonna just go get a job.
Right.
Cause that's some scary shit, you know? And those guys kept using their voices no matter what. And the other thought I had was, you know, and this is in talking to a friend, in reference to like some of the newer activists / personalities. Cause that's another thing too, is like, now a lot of times activism is like, I'm an activist with a podcast, who's an influencer, who's a personality, so like the blend isn't like, community now is like your chat room and your comment section.
Right. That's
that's why I'm very careful not to call us what we do activism claim that title or any of that, because I don't feel that I am that. I don't think I respect what activists do too much to just try to commodify that and be like, well, shit, if it's gonna give me some extra shine, call me one too,
Agreed. And for me, when it comes to that, it's one of those things, it's a lot of responsibility. And I think people picked up that cloak thinking it was a game and did not realize the responsibility that came along with that. And they just kind of, well, this is what I'm going to be. And then somebody was like, well, hey, since you're an activist, do some activism, like some real activism shit. And they realized that they were not made for that life.
Well, I don't want to say they didn't do stuff, because they did. That, people marched. People was in the streets. People organized. People raised money. Like, my goal is not to admonish the people who did stuff after them.
No.
My point is to be like, if you stick around long enough, this is what happens.
Agreed.
Rosa Clemente said I think she was interviewed back on Tea with Queen and Jay, a long time ago, and I listened to that interview, and the thing that stuck out to me, and it's always stuck out to me, is a quote that I'll remember for my whole life. But she was talking about and forgive me, it's been a long time, so I'm kind of paraphrasing, and I might get some of this wrong, but I remember it being in, like, they were kind of asking, like, what are you seeing in the progress? Because this is like the height of Black Lives Matter. It's like, are you seeing people, like, now that you're seeing these people who are transitioning to where, like, they're getting mainstream success. They're getting ebony covers of magazines. They're getting TV shows and appearances. They're getting, all sorts of recognition and documentaries and all, like, they're making, whatever, they're like gaining traction. And she said something that, like I said, I'll never forget, because it's the paradox of anything. But she said, once they put you on a magazine cover, you're no longer dangerous.
Right.
And obviously she's an old school activist, has seen everything. And I was like, man, that because she's seen it all, she knows. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's not that she was like admonishing these people, be like, don't do it, or but she was like, that's like a statement from society of like, we're accepting this as like, it's almost like a bargain. Here's the fame, here's the money, here's the attention. Congratulations, you did it. But it doesn't mean they're going to solve the issue. Mm-mm. It doesn't mean that you're going to be able to keep your eyes on the prize. Things that are dangerous to society in that way typically does not get the cosign of society.
Agreed.
Right? So like, if you're, it's like MLK had to die before they could say, we embrace this man. And and what they embraced was not him. It was an idea of him. It wasn't the true danger he presented to American systems and stuff. It was the, kumbaya, turn the other cheek shit that they and I'm not in my, that's very strong for him to have to, but that's only part of what he stood for. That's not the whole thing. And so it made me think about that with Jesse, because people like Jesse and Al lived long enough to be considered not dangerous, like fluffy, cuddly, just staples of society, personalities, people we mock and do impressions of. But they never stopped doing that dangerous work as far as like trying to help people, creating systems that live past them, right? Like, it wasn't like Jesse was out center in front, but it wasn't even that long ago he was protesting. Like, so yeah, man, it's easy to lionize the dead. It's easy to lionize, and by dead, matter of fact, it's easy to lionize the people who were murdered.
Yes.
but it is not easy to lionize the people who were living because they had to live with their flaws, and we had to see those, and we had to see where they failed as well as their successes. We had to see the context of their lives, the contradictions, and all that stuff. And so I think I wanted to just say, you know, thank you to Jesse Jackson for all the progress he made for people, for being that black man that ran for president twice, for you know, black pride, for you know, his activism and all that stuff too. It just can't, like, we can't just only reserve this for the people who died too soon to ever have a thing that we could point out. I was on Facebook and I saw someone just took a screenshot of an article from when Jesse didn't like that Obama became was about to become president without his blessing, and it was like, you know, like almost like we were supposed to be like, yeah, fuck him. And I was like, nah, because he was more than that. And I understood what his like trepidation at the time was, even if I didn't agree with it. Right. But I understood what he was, where a person like Jesse Jackson was coming from at that time, to be like, hey, we had this whole thing set up with Hillary as an ally, as a vetted, trusted person. You came in, you kind of don't fuck with us. Like, you're not asking for the blessing of the black activist, pastoral like people. And at the same time, man, what they always forget, man, they always leave this out when they're shitting on Jesse for that. When Barack got inaugurated, this man, not even the inauguration, elected.
Right.
This man cried like I've never seen him cry before.
Yes, he did.
And I'm like, don't leave that out too, man. Like, that man cared. It wasn't just, you know, he's not just a joke for people, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was just, anyway, it made me think about that, and I just wanted to, you know, kind of give my thoughts on it.
No problem. Two things. Number one, I was going to go back on my comment before when I was saying how people pick up the cloak and the responsibility of activism. Mm-hmm. And my thing is not knocking that, but I think a lot of people pick it up not knowing all the responsibilities is going to be heaped upon them. And that's why I say for some of them, they realize that they're not made for it. Because for some people, once you say you're an activist, depend on who the person is, they have a certain level of expectations for you. Now, regardless of how you feel about it, it's going to be how the people feel about you that's kind of more important.
Yeah, all those activists ended up falling out with each other. They all got beef with each other. You know, they tried to have camps. You know, you got stands of activists, which is always crazy. Like, you know, people took brand deals. Like, all that stuff happened. I'm sure it's happened before, but we got to watch it in real time through social media, and it was more blatant than ever. Yes, because you can't hide that you're, you know, you did the women's march, but you're also literally the voice of a commercial for a car. Right. You can't hide that you did both of those things. Mm-hmm. And when you mocked other people on the way up for not being as righteous as you, right, or when social media kind of turns everybody into I'm the best person, I'm the most moral person, most virtuous person every day, we wake up with a new contest on how you're better than everybody else, it's impossible to maintain that. So yeah, and I think, you know, a lot of old school stuff gets dismissed, but matter of fact, I was thinking about this with the NBA All-Star game. A lot of people just don't understand that these people are not beholden to just scrolling and being online and whatever the morality of social media is. Right. And there's actually lessons to learn from that. Like, Al and Jesse weren't, when they in their later years through the advent of social media, they weren't just doing what was right for the gram. They was doing what they thought was right, and if you didn't like it, then okay. Right. You know what I'm saying?
They were like, content with it, and they didn't give a fuck if you agreed or disagreed or made a TikTok about it. They was like, I don't care.
When Trayvon Martin's family called Al Sharpton to get attention on his death, after other local activists had tried but couldn't really raise that get enough attention for it, Al didn't go, man, Twitter gonna fry me for this one. You know what I'm saying? When he went to Ferguson, he wasn't like, well, the Ferguson people was there first, let me check in, or else they not going. Like, he wasn't, like, it wasn't like a gang. He was like, I'm here to help. If they don't, if the city tell me get the fuck out, I don't want your help. I mean, what am I? I'll leave. But the point, I didn't come here because of the calling that y'all calling me.
Right.
I came here because of my faith in the Lord calling me, or whatever bigger calling there is to help people call me. And sometimes that means I get mocked. Sometimes it's Tawana Brawley. But I can't. But I persevere through that. I believe the next person too. It's not the Tawana Brawley that is the testament to the merit of Al Sharpton. It's the next case that he's continued to pursue, instead of being like, I ain't taking no more L's in public, man. I don't want to look bad. It was like, nah. Then this is my line. So yeah, I just really feel like it's very easy to dismiss them or whatever. But yeah, you're absolutely right. The new activists, some of them took it for granted and stuff, but that's the beauty and blessing of all things with life. I'm sure when Al and them first came in, they probably thought everybody was doing it wrong,
Yeah. And that's the thing about it. Everybody has their own method and their own process. And as Marissa said, we need it all. So, regardless of the way you do it or the way I do it, at the end of the day, if we still have the same purpose, that's all kind of that for me on the outside looking in, that's all that matters to me. And one more thing I wanted to add, when you was talking about MLK and how a lot of, when MLK Day comes, how a lot of white people like to come out and praise and things like that. Even people that literally are anti everything that man stood for. I, as a child, remember my mama telling me she was alive when that man died. And I remember the stories that my older family members told me about when that man died, about how they would go into black communities and beat them and say, yo, Jesus is dead now. What y'all gonna do? So to sit here and look at you, people that would be fuck Martin Luther King, to see him go down and like, you fucking lying. You're lying. You would literally be on the other side of everything he stands for.
Right. Not to mention, like, that moment, people got out of that partially because of people like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. They was looking to people. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, damn, they killing our leaders. What's next? What's the bridge to the next place for blackness? So yeah, I can't belittle or admonish their work, man. And I know they weren't perfect, but motherfucking nobody is. So
right.
I'm never getting caught up on that. They weren't grifters, they weren't, Stephen A. Smith toying with presidential runs by saying racism isn't that big a deal and he wants more police. Like, this wasn't entertainers becoming leaders because they could not stop being attracted to the spotlight and the camera. This wasn't that. While they were good at media, they also were good at doing work too. It wasn't just that, good at creating organizations that help people. So, and like when you look at so many people now, they help themselves first. And it's like, through me getting shit, that y'all should feel like y'all getting shit too. Cause I'm out here on the dais and they weren't doing that work.
Right. And there's also the thing is, for Jesse Jackson and even Al Sharpton, because those are the two that's kind of at the forefront. A lot of the things that they built are going to be legacy. It's like, it's going to be generations and generations, and
if we don't fuck it up,
that's right. If we don't fuck it up, because it's like the way, and even other black people, you going, hey, people died for some of these things, for the bullshit that you taking for granted, and so you're gonna I almost say let their work be in vain. But it's like all the shit that they did, so because they were thinking about you before you even born, and yet you gonna turn around and spit in their faces and act like the shit that they did not matter and it did not benefit you nor profit you in any way, shape, form, or fashion, because you're so fucking self-centered that you don't actually know your history about the people who did things before you.
Regular J said, can't help but think the new activists will have to be influencers to get the same level of attention that the activists of old used to push the message. And I said, I agree. But it was just odd that at the time they couldn't see that they were walking in the footsteps of those men.
Right.
You know who was the first people to be like, let me get on. I have to like also draw your attention with my flourishes and get on camera to get this cause out here. I have to show some charisma. That was Al. They learned that was Jesse. They learned that shit from MLK and them.
TV and radio and
MLK
stuff, right?
is the person, like that movement is what was the first to be like, hey, TV,
radio.
we can use the medium of TV. And it was just odd that people couldn't see the parallels of like, well, y'all are using social media the way they use TV,
right?
But y'all aren't that different from them. Like y'all just using it, like whatever the next thing is, somebody will use that and then they'll admonish the people from social media like those tired ass activists that never got nothing done. So it's just anyway, it's just that's not as funny, of course, but I felt like I had to say something.
Right. No problem. And similar to you, shout out to the activists out there that's actually out there doing the work, because it's a very hard lane and it's a whole lot of work.
Yeah, I don't have, like I said, I try not to have too much judgment or whatever. I'm not doing that work. I hope it works.
The truth.
A lot of that shit is, we still not free, so it's
Right.
no, you know, a lot of people tried a lot of stuff that they, you know, mocked everybody else for not having done in the past, and look, they still killing us. Police still killing us. Trump is in charge. Like it just ain't easy. You know, like this whole, it's so simple. We just need to, that's not what's happening. You know, okay, we got the body cams on the police. They's killing us on camera, you know?
Right.
All right. I'll move on.
Oh, no problem.
But
I like that conversation.
I'm glad you enjoyed the conversation. I think I'll skip politics till we get mad. That's close enough.
That is close enough.
It's close enough. Let's
100.
see. Right. You know, let's do something adjacent to politics till we get mad, though. You know, it's been a while since we did LGBTQ news. So that'll get us mad.
Let me see what you want to be. You better move your body. You better move your feet. And I want to groove. Show me what's cool. Riding, caring, baby. LGBTQ news. They're trying to take us down, but we still around. We lit. They're trying to steal the shine, but we on the ride. We lit. But you can't do what we about to do. We lit. Black guy who tips. LGBTQ news.
All right. Trump administration cut $600 million in HIV, STD prevention and surveillance grants.
Why to go into Trump's coffers? Why are you stealing money from public health?
They're terminating $600 million in Centers for Disease Control and Prevention grants for programs supporting HIV and STD prevention and HIV surveillance. Yeah, where does the money go?
That is always my question. When they get to chopping shit, they don't ever tell you where these funds are diverted to.
It's not coming back in tax returns.
No, it is not. We're not getting no tax breaks. The cost of the eggs ain't going down. Where is this money going?
Department of Health and Human Services spokesperson told ABC News the cuts will impact public health funding in California, Colorado, Illinois, and Minnesota, and that the grants are being terminated because they do not reflect agency priorities, meaning the bigotry of HIV and AIDS is a gay disease. And we hate gay people is all the math they need. It doesn't matter that
this impacts everybody.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Right, it impacts everybody.
Yeah, they don't care. Among the cuts are $1.1 million for HIV surveillance in Los Angeles County. Because why would we need to surveil HIV? That's clearly we can just eyeball test it. $5.2 million to Lurie Children's Hospital of Chicago to increase use of HIV pre-exposure prophylaxis PrEP among Black cisgender women. And $7 million. Keep in mind, Black cisgender women,
right,
that's not necessarily anything dealing with gay or queerness. It doesn't mean it's not, but just that Venn diagram is not a complete circle. And all they needed to hear was Black. And they was like, take that money and don't spend it.
Right. And also, you know, people talk about, you know, the gays. I don't know if this study has changed, but, you know, there was a study at one period of time that was saying that straight Black women was like really, really high up as far as
A
carriers.
very growing group.
Yes, a high growing group. So they might be like, let's target this group to keep this particular group safe.
And $7 million for the city of Chicago to study populations that are disproportionately affected by STDs. Los Angeles, Chicago, and Chicago. Now, once again, they know where they're targeting. This isn't Missouri. This isn't Wyoming.
This is Iowa.
Yeah. Spokesman for the Office of Management and Budget told ABC News the CDC cuts affect states with a history of fraud and mismanagement.
And that's not true either.
Meanwhile, our administration has a history of fraud and mismanagement. The pot meets the kettle. This is not the first time the Trump administration has cut federal funding to HIV studies and research. In March 2025, the National Institutes of Health canceled funding for dozens of HIV-related research grants. Additionally, last year, the administration reportedly considered a plan to eliminate the CDC's Division of HIV Prevention.
What?
Yeah. I mean, this is the stuff on Project 2025. This is the stuff that they said they would do. This is the stuff that...
He think he Ronald Reagan, don't he?
Nancy Reagan, or meanwhile, I saw a video today where RFK Jr. was with Kid Rock working out and being in a sauna and drinking milk, and I'm like, y'all spent money on this as your promotion, like this? Because when you say HHS, that's what he's in charge of, Health and Human Services. This is what they spending money on. They taking money away from stuff that will actually help us as a society prevent HIV and STDs, things like that. And they're spending money on him and Kid Rock hanging out in a sauna that I would not drink that water. Like that water is probably full of chemicals after they get out. And they're doing push-ups in the sauna and shit as if that's, I don't even know what that's helping. You know what I'm saying?
Or who's that helping?
They don't have shirts on. It's just a vanity project.
Yes.
And that's who's in charge of our health and human services while cutting actual programs that help people and keep them alive.
And I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask you. Does that man have anybody PhD or doctor behind his name? Okay, that's what I thought.
No.
So
he sniffs cocaine. He's done cocaine off of toilet seats, Karen. That's all the education he needs.
All right. I'm like, you ain't got nobody's PhD. You ain't got nobody's doctorate, masters, none of this shit, and none of the sciences that could do anything to help anybody. But yet, I'm supposed to be like, okay, you got it?
Yeah. It's honestly bizarre. It really does show the difference. Like, they say we have Trump derangement syndrome, and I can't think of anything more cult-like than seeing a video like that and thinking, yeah, fuck yeah, cut the HIV services, man. Just put this in my veins. This is the
People
video.
that need the services.
Yeah, this is the video. It's just the only way you can get Kid Rock to hear his song, because don't nobody want to go see it in person.
Right, and people dropping out that shit left and right.
Kid Rock, who looks like the embodiment of meth, they filmed this in their house on an iPhone. This doesn't look very professional or anything. They work out together. Kid Rock looks like he's never worked out like this before.
You know he hasn't.
Definitely got a check to do this bullshit.
You know he did.
The fact they have to even pretend that that's like a celebrity for them. This is the sauna part where they got a Peloton in there and whatever.
In the sauna.
You also notice that you never see Trump doing this shit.
No.
Right? Meanwhile, Biden used to be on his Peloton, on his bike, all this shit.
Yep.
Trump uses a golf cart to get around, but Biden is the old fragile one, and Trump,
right.
Trump is the picture of health.
And also, he don't go to like a lot of shit outside of the United States, because there'd be like something's like 50 yards or 50 feet away, and all them people like, yeah, let's walk. And he was like, can I get a car? They was like, bitch, it's 2 feet. What? Why do you? And they would pick and joke at him, and so he was like, well, fuck y'all, I'm not going.
He's walking around with a bruised hand that has an IV in it. You know what I mean? Like, that's
right.
who. That's
Biden too old.
Right. So yeah, it's just This is in a video from the government. Kid Rock putting a middle finger towards the camera.
Taxpayers' money.
This is what does that mean?
Nothing.
Who is that to?
Right.
Who is motivated by this?
Agreed.
But yeah, and it's, as you can see, RFK Jr. without a shirt on is why Cheryl
Is he doing
stays
a cold plunge with pants?
with jeans on, walking around with wet jeans on. And then at the end, kid is in the sauna. I guess it's supposed to be a joke, and then they go play whatever this thing is. I forget what it's called. That sport everybody's playing, and then they drink milk in the sauna later on. Whole milk is what it says, looking like dripping sperm coming down.
Right. And his wife, ma'am, if you don't get the whole fuck out my face, talking
Cheryl
about why
Hines.
nobody talk to me and why I ain't got no friends, bitch.
Right.
This is why.
Right. So yeah, that's what these are the people cutting our health services.
Right. And you don't want to take responsibility to it, like your husband out here fucking shit up now with all this shit, and you gonna be like, y'all need to understand. No, I don't got to understand. You married to him, not me.
LGBTQ pride flag has been removed from NYC Stonewall National Monument at the Trump administrative directive. Stonewall. The only thing it's known for is the pride.
Only thing is known. That's the whole purpose.
What else would it be? What? So why people coming there? What is it a monument to? What are we remembering? If we don't remember that this is about LGBTQ pride. This is, like I said, man, it's infuriating, but yeah, they took it down. It reminds me of the erasing the rainbow walkway outside Post nightclub where there was a massacre of LGBTQ people.
Right.
And then like literally jailing people for putting the rainbow colors back and stuff. Like, this is draconian. They're trying to fight for our mind space. They're trying to fight literally to erase history as it is happening.
Yes.
Recent history.
Yes. And, this is, for me, I will forever be upset with people who didn't voted third party and fucked around, because in my mind, and I always say this, it didn't have to be like this. It just did not have to be like this. And I hold you personally accountable for that. And in my mind, there's nothing you can say and or do other than be like, my bad, I'm sorry. And because you have too much pride to do that, I will forever be mad at you.
Education Department says California must allow schools to forcibly out trans students.
No.
The U.S. Department of Education Student Privacy Policy Office accused the California Department of Education of violating the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, a federal law granting parents the right to access their children's educational records by prohibiting school districts from notifying parents if their child requests to use pronouns and facilities different from the sex they were assigned at birth. Linda McMahon put out a statement that said that she accused the California Department of Education of egregiously abusing its authority by pressuring school officials.
For the safety of their children. I said the purpose of this is for the safety of the children, because some people are in very abusive households.
Right. You don't know you don't know why a kid would come to school and identify differently than they would at home.
Right.
You don't know what sort of household they're coming from. And I understand for a lot of parents it's a nightmare to think of my child is doing things at school that I'm not privy to. Like, I do get that. That's not necessarily a bad impulse, meaning like if if your kid was smoking drugs, you'd want in the school, the school can't have a policy of like, well, that's their kid business. He can smoke crack if he wants.
No, they have to
I get
inform
it.
you.
I do understand. But I'm saying like that maybe you're a rational parent. Maybe you're a normal parent. I don't know. Maybe you come from a loving household. Maybe you love your kid no matter what.
Right.
But there are households where they are beating kids. Where they are sending them to camps to be re-educated out of being gay. There's so yeah, there's kids being kicked out on the street. Like,
yes, homeless because of this.
There's so much. There's kids that are dying by suicide because of abusive households and not having support. So, you know, this isn't your kid went to school, came home a different gender and got a sex change like, you know, Trump was lying about.
Right.
So yeah, it just, it says a lot that this administration would come down on that side of things, because, you know, you could, anytime else they're like, we're not weighing in. That's whatever that state wants to do.
Yep.
But
right.
suddenly it's like, nah, fuck that. You gotta deal with that. So that's what happens when those folks is on charge.
And also, you know, I look at the places that they attack. A lot of these places they attack are places that are very democratic. They purposely target these places.
Yeah, California, yeah. But these other places they don't have to target because they going along with them. So they wouldn't have to pass this one in Alabama. Alabama probably already got a law like you got to out the kids. Representative Maxine Waters introduces a resolution to recognize National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. Shout out to Maxine whenever y'all do y'all's ageism of like just quit.
Right.
I always have to remind people of the exceptions to the rule, because the problem for me is never someone's age. The problem is whether or not you're effective.
Agreed.
If you can't do the job, like if it's Dianne Feinstein and they're just like rolling you up in a chair, you don't know what you're voting for, that is a case of you should hang it up. But Maxine Waters is sharp on top of her stuff and a fighter.
Right.
She feels representative in a way that I'm like, let's go. And I'll never respond to people that call like old black politicians the establishments. Black people can never be the establishment of this country. Like not black people that's actually trying to help people righteously. They can't be the establishment. The country is not established on that at all.
I agree.
I don't care how old they get. They'll never be the true establishment, no matter how these young white liberals try to spin it or the internet spins it. So like Maxine Waters is still doing the work.
I 100% agree, and I've said it before and I said it again. That's why when people talk about the people too old, I was like, well, then run against them and take it out their hands. Like, I don't.
Yeah, go beat them. Stop complaining.
Yes, I do not know why people say that, and then you don't want to do anything, because what I've realized over the years, when shit like that is given to people, you squander it and you don't do your job. And a lot of times you don't have the fucking backbone because you didn't do the work that was needed for you to get the position.
Yeah, I know. There's a thing happening now where Jasmine Crockett's primary opponent, Tallarico, went on Stephen Colbert's show, but they couldn't show it on the air because they're currently in the middle of this race. And the way that the FCC rules are, you can't interview one candidate from a race like that and not offer a chance for equal time with the other people that are competing for that seat.
Okay.
So they would have had to allow Jasmine Crockett to be interviewed by Stephen Colbert as well as like another guy. And so they couldn't air it, but Stephen Colbert and the Tallarico campaign promoted it on Twitter as if like Donald Trump and the FCC shut this down. This is the candidate they don't want you to see. James Tallarico, the real candidate that's a threat to take over Texas, you know, implying that Jasmine Crockett is not like as if they would have let Jasmine Crockett's not, the Trump administration is not scared of Jasmine Crockett. They're scared of this white man who, you know, white man hasn't won Texas since 1938, but they're scared of this guy. And listen, there's gonna be and I get it. There's a lot of people. I like Jasmine Crockett as well. There's a lot of people that are crying foul and being like, this is fucked up. They're spinning this thing to make it seem like Jasmine Crockett is a weaker candidate when really it's just the FCC rules. There was no favoritism. There was no Trump putting his foot down. This is a rule under any president, under any administration.
So so I have a question. Would they had to interview them all in the same room in the same setting?
No, but you have to offer equal time. So like if I give Jasmine Crockett a 10-minute interview, I have to go get Tallarico and give him a 10-minute interview if it's on TV, like the FCC.
Yes.
And so anyway, they spun it to make it seem almost like this guy is so provocative and dangerous to the Trump administration. They don't even want you to see it. And, you know, more than likely, I'm guessing Tallarico's team and probably Stephen Colbert too, to be honest, because in the wake of this whole the loss in 2024, white liberals are trying to, I think, take the party back and de-blackify it, right?
Yes, they are.
And Stephen Colbert may be in that camp of like, we got to run a white man in Texas. We can't win with Jasmine Crockett. Because why else would you promote it that way? Because you could have just easily said, hey, because of FCC rules, we can't interview this guy and not interview Jasmine Crockett and the others. So we're just putting this on YouTube. Go check it out. You could have just said that, but you know. But my point is this: where I depart from a lot of people, it's dirty pool. It's uncouth. Totally fair game. Like I can
see that.
It's a fucked up tactic. Blah blah blah. They're fighting the same way that influencer that was like, yeah, he said a mediocre black man, and we understand what we understand what he may have meant, but the way he said it, I was like, yeah, that's an own goal, because it's easy for people to spin that. Just you didn't articulate that correctly, and now we got to have a whole fucking sidebar about it. But everybody that left a comment that was like, Rod, he didn't mean Colin Allred he said his campaign was mediocre. That's not what he said, but he didn't mean that, but that's fine. And it's like, and the campaign was mediocre. Cool. And what did I say? Hey man, they fighting. This is what the fight is. Go, you brought up Maxine Waters. Go fight. Go win. Go beat her. Go beat James.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go out and beat them. Don't sit there and fucking complain.
So I'm not gonna get mad at this. Jasmine Crockett got a job to do.
Yes, she does.
You know who gonna play more dirty than him? Ted Cruz. Governor. What is that dude's name that down there? Greg Abbott. Like, this is just the start. Like, I don't mind Democrats fighting. So all that to say, I would not have, if this, I think I would like to see Crockett win that seat, but at the same time, she gonna have to fight for it. And that's the same thing about Maxine Waters. So anyway, shout out to Maxine Waters. She said National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day is a day set aside to increase HIV awareness and enhance prevention, testing, and treatment among African Americans. It is a day to commemorate the impact of HIV/AIDS on Black Americans, encourage continued efforts to reduce the incidence of HIV, eliminate health disparities, improve access to care and treatment, and show support for all those who are living with HIV/AIDS. She noted in both her press release and the resolution, Black Americans are disproportionately affected by HIV/AIDS and have been since the beginning of the epidemic in the U.S. in the 1980s.
Agreed.
So yeah, man, shout out to Maxine Waters for still doing this work. The community is not just, but when we say black, it's everybody.
It's literally everybody.
Gay Democrat clobbers GOP opponent in special election. I'm excited to get to work.
Let's go.
I'm gonna just keep pointing this out because somebody need to point it out, because I know it's doom and gloom and everybody thinks Stephen A. Smith gonna be president. Maybe y'all are right, but maybe I'm right. So let's consider that too.
Right.
Democrats are winning these special elections.
And Trump
I saw something today where if you just go by the way the special elections have been going, because all these voters have been swinging from non-voters who are now voting are voting Democrat.
Yep.
People that voted for Trump are not showing back up to vote in these special elections for these people. And people that voted for Kamala are staying and continuing to vote. So it's adding up to like, people are voting Democrat even in Republican districts and stuff. Even when Republicans win special, they're winning by like a sliver when they used to like be a blowout.
Yep.
Now some of that is Trump not being on a ballot. Let's just keep that real.
Yes, because a lot of them people are Trump or bust.
Yeah, let's just keep that real. So like, don't get too comfortable. Some of that is just Trump's not on the ballot, but a lot of that is just people tired. They tired of the suffering.
They tired of the suffering.
And it's like, here's my chance to say something. And even in these special elections, they're showing up to be like, we don't want that. So
in the special elections, they be all like weird times and like so them people was circle down their calendar like, I'm gonna come out on a motherfucking Thursday at 5 p.m. to vote.
Yeah, so gay former New York City Council member Eric Botcher clobbered his Republican opponent in a recent special election for New York State Senator last week, and he has already cast his first vote. With 88% of the votes counted, he defeated Charlotte Friedman, receiving 91.8% of the vote to her 7.5%.
Let's go.
His campaign website advocates for fighting socialism, eradicating anti-Semitism, and ensuring illegal aliens are removed promptly. Her says that. I'm sorry, not him. Yeah, I was like, what? That can't be his stances. So yeah, she lost with that. You know, she lost running on illegal aliens, anti-Semitism, and fighting socialism. People was like, yeah, we good.
Yeah, they looking like you seen what happening in Minnesota? Nah, we good with that.
Right. So it's not that it's not necessarily that this was a seat that would have went to Republicans, but the landslide that it went to this new Democrat is like a noteworthy. Like he whooped the shit out of her. It wasn't even close. So yeah, it's been interesting, and that's some good news. And I love that he's like openly gay, still kicking that ass. And the last story, Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger signed legislation that sent several potential state constitutional amendments to voters this past Friday, including a measure that would remove the state's ban on same-sex marriage from the state constitution that was originally passed in 2006. While the state's ban on marriage equality has not been enforced since 2015, the Obergefell versus Hodges Supreme Court decision, which legalized marriage equality in all 50 states, advocates for its removal say that it is discriminatory and could be enforced if Obergefell ever was overturned, which it could be with the Supreme Court. You never know. So shout out to her, because Abigail Spanberger is a Democrat with a capital D, meaning she's not this super liberal progressive. She's not a socialist. And I wish people would understand the vast majority of Democrats are not super liberal progressives. Not saying you don't want them to be or they couldn't be. But you have to make a mandate. But like a lot of these changes are not changes where you have to run a candidate who's like, oh my God, this is the most leftist person we've ever met. A lot of these candidates like her are just like, I'm a Democrat. So was Governor Blackface before her. Come on. Northrop. And they passed some of the most liberal legislation in America in their states.
Yes, they did.
Because they were just listening to the people. That's really what a Democrat's supposed to do. Be over this democracy and listen to the people and your constituents, and then mirror that in your legislation and the way you govern. Right. So yeah, shout out to Abigail Spanberger. And you know, for once, we will end this segment on a good
high note. Let's go.
I know it almost never happens, but guys, we did it. Okay.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
I would have never picked it. Next.
White people do for bringing egg salad to the barbecue. We might be problematic or a little bit dim. That sounds really harsh on our fragile pieces. White people do.
All right, what the white people up to? Let's see. Jessica Alba and Danny Ramirez can't keep their hands off of each other during a sizzling beach escape.
Actors.
Yes, they are actors.
Yes.
Jessica Alba and her boyfriend Danny Ramirez couldn't keep their hands off of each other while in the ocean at Miami Beach on Monday. Oh, not President's Day. I'll see y'all. The extended Valentine's Day celebration saw Alba, 44, clad in red and leopard print bikini, gold hoops, a pair of sunglasses, and brown trucker hat reading "Out of Office." And Ramirez, 33, matched his other half in red swim trunks and a trucker hat that said "Lucky."
Come on,
and
Cougar.
pictured a duck, a lucky duck.
Come on.
Robbing the cradle. Okay, I don't blame you. No, and also like, he's 33, but come on, he's been jacking off to Jessica Alba since he was 13. Like, this is a I don't judge the age difference, honestly. Y'all do what y'all do. Y'all both consenting adults.
You're both consenting adults, regardless of how anybody else feels about it.
While in the water, the Top Gun Maverick actor wrapped his arms around the Fantastic Four actress as they shared a laugh. Other images caught the couple kissing in the water, holding on one another. At one point, Ramirez planned a kiss on Alba's hand as they strolled down the beach. The Honey actress also soaked up the sun on Sunday, taking a dip in the ocean and relaxing in a beach chair.
Oh, blame me, honey.
The getaway comes on the heels of the star finalizing her divorce from Cash Warren. I swear, man, they are just, these are, how do I know these aren't Star Wars characters?
Yes, that name don't make no sense.
Cash Warren, Fish Maroney.
Come on, they sound like made up names,
They
don't
just,
they?
I don't know where are they inventing these people. Court documents filed by the producer and obtained by Page Six show that the exes will not pay one another spousal support. However, a $3 million payment will go to Warren to even out the distribution of assets. Alba will pay him two $1.5 million payments. One payment will be made now, while the second will be made a year later. So yeah, there you go, guys. And that's Jessica Alba with her kids. So, you know, shout out to Danny Ramirez.
Good for them.
Yeah, we love to see it. It's beautiful. White people news. Not beautiful white people news.
Uh-oh.
Savannah Guthrie mama got kidnapped. This shit been everywhere. Like, it's on all the newses, and they still ain't found that woman. It's been weeks. I don't know what's going on, man. Like, she done
Is that
put
an
out
actress?
Savannah Guthrie hosts like the Today Show and stuff.
Oh,
Like, she's one of those morning host people.
wow.
Yeah, somebody kidnapped her mama. I can't believe you haven't heard this. It's been everywhere. Yeah. Mama's 84.
Wow.
They got like video of the person from like a doorbell camera. I noticed nobody was shitting on that Ring doorbell camera footage. Yeah, I see y'all. Get rid of your Ring doorbell after the NFL commercial, and which was scary. I'll kill y'all.
Right.
But then when her mama was missing, everybody was like, "Have you seen this man? Well, look at his eyes. We got a composite picture." Like, it. Anyway. But yeah, man, she's still missing. They don't know where she's at. They thought they found a suspect that was like a delivery driver. They let him go. They done let 3 or 4 neighbors like brought them in to question them, let them go. Right. It really seems like they have no idea where this woman could be.
Wow. I know that gotta be devastating.
I think they said they wanted like Bitcoin payments. They sent the thing to TMZ like, we want this Bitcoin thing. I have no idea if the payments have actually been made or not, but they still ain't got their mama back, so who knows? Right. They found a glove that they think one of the suspect that the suspect wore, or at least one of the suspects. I don't know how many were. But they got DNA off of it, but it doesn't sound like they, it
would narrow it down enough. Right?
Yeah, they said the recovered glove contained DNA, is different from the other ones found at the scene. Investigators are waiting for the final lab results before uploading the DNA profile to a national database to identify the individual. Right. Multiple gloves have been found in the same spot where the FBI previously collected a black glove that could be connected to the disappearance. Yeah, man, it's a nightmare.
Wow. My heart goes out to them, because it's one of them things like 84. You're like, hey, she's an older woman, might be on all types of medications. Like, you just don't know.
Remember the Coldplay couple?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the woman, Kristen Cabot, she is like got her redemption tour. Like they interview. They did that thing where they interview her in the Times, and she makes it.
That man left and was like, the man, because it was 2 of them. Mm-hmm. We ain't seen him talking to speaking. He just that's right.
I think he did. I think he said some stuff at first when it first popped off. But she's back, and she like went in on Gwyneth Paltrow, like, how dare you betray me by laughing at me? I thought you was all about Goop and empowering women and shit.
Girl, you don't get out of here.
Well, now she is cashing in.
Of course.
She's setting out to discuss taking back the narrative at a $875 crisis conference, meaning you pay $875 per person at this event in Washington, D.C., for her to talk about how to take back the narrative.
What do you get in this package?
Hear her talk. She gonna tell you how if you ever get caught,
get a dinner or anything.
She gonna tell you how if you ever go to a concert and you get caught canoodling with a man that is not your husband and you are not his wife, how do you handle that? Because those who can't teach. Okay, so she gonna tell you what she should have did.
But yet you
that
looking
didn't
at Gwyneth Paltrow. Get out of here, ma'am.
So shout
Y'all
out.
both scamming people.
I feel like you in the wrong segment, Karen. This is white people news.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm so
I don't know why
sorry.
you mad at this lady.
I'm so sorry.
She is white and she is.
Get your money, girl. Get your money. Okay,
Yeah.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Y'all have the same demographics of women, so I understand. My bad.
Yeah, this is lightweight news for these whites.
My bad. I did forget the segment. I was like, this don't make sense. My brain was processing it like, huh?
Well, you're really gonna be mad when you see this next one. Shia LaBeouf was arrested in New Orleans after alleged altercation during Mardi Gras.
Shia LaBeouf. Mm-hmm. I ain't heard that.
He's an actor.
Yeah, I about to say Transformers. I ain't seen it.
Yeah.
That man in a hot minute. He just faded off the face of the earth.
Yeah, he got involved in an incident that TMZ got the video of, where he headbutted a man and then got beat up.
How did he think that's gonna go? You can't just headbutt people.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Oh wait, damn! I was trying to show y'all. So, this must be the aftermath. This one he got arrested. They say he just been terrorizing New Orleans.
What?
Like he just been out with a crew of rambunctious people just terrorizing New Orleans. This the arrest. This ain't the video of the. I saw the video of the headbutt on TMZ earlier.
Oh, they was like, get this man out of our town. We can't even enjoy no king cake. Get out of here, sir.
Right. So like he got medical treatment because he got beat up. But he headbutted this dude, and then the dude didn't just kind of seem like, hey, like why you do that? It didn't even seem like the dude was like, ouch.
And then like, hey, Buster Brown, what's happening? Hey,
Yeah.
hey, buddy, pal.
Right. He's already back out and on Bourbon Street again.
Wow.
So like if you've been like, oh no, he must be in so much trouble. No, it's white people news, guys.
Right.
It's white people news. He's absolutely fine. He's walking around shirtless again, just causing havoc wherever he goes. It's so bad that his girlfriend, Mia Goth, his rumored girlfriend, had to put out a statement like, we have actually been broken up for a year.
Well, damn.
Like, basically stop asking me about him.
Yeah, she basically like stop tagging me basically because she probably have been, but like, hey, this your man? No.
And they share a daughter together. They had an on and off relationship since 2012. He also got arrested in Georgia in 2017 for public intoxication, disorderly conduct. He also was accused by FKA Twigs, which they don't have in this article. I see it. In December 2020, he was FKA Twigs filed a lawsuit against him for sexual battery, assault, and infliction of emotional distress.
Oh no!
The case was settled in July 2025, and he denied the allegations. But I mean, when you see a guy drunk attacking people in the streets, I'm not prone to be like, well,
right?
Clearly this man was set up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So here's the video of him getting beat up. Let me pull that up. Getting beat up, I guess, after he started some shit. But this is the video from TMZ. He already on the ground now. This after the head, but
he is.
Yeah, they giving him the business. He don't want to fight.
No.
They giving him. This is the worst kind of ass whooping. The ass whooping where they actually trying to help you get your shit together. That's the worst one. Cause they punching them, but then they holding them down like, no, now get your mind right. Now hold on, stop trying to fight. Take two more. Okay, listen.
Calm down.
Okay, you're okay. You're fine. No one wants to hurt you if you would just stay on the ground. Okay, elbow. People's arm. People's elbow.
Right.
Like just.
He said he with a crew. He got a terrible ass crew. Are they too busy filming him to jump in and be like,
I don't
hey,
think that's
don't
his
beat a
crew.
up?
I don't think that's even his crew.
Oh, okay. So he gets separated from the crew then.
I don't know who his crew is. I just know the crew was terrorizing Mardi Gras. I don't know who the whole posse is. But yeah, they giving him the business and motivational speeches. Whoever this man is in this Bulls hat was fed up. See, he hit him. He said, "Chill, and can you please get the cops?" Like this is the worst kind of ass whooping. This man not even really breaking a sweat, whooping your ass in this jacket. He whooping your ass and trying to help you. He's like, get this man some medical attention. Okay, can someone call the police? Ooh.
Take this 2-piece.
Chill, cut that shit out. Like, I don't know who this nerdy white man is that's with the guy in the Bulls hat, but
I don't know. Is he the
he's
hype
not
man?
throwing punches, but he feeling himself. He is feeling himself.
course.
I feel like he knows he will get beat up by Shia LaBeouf, but since the brother got it under control, he's like, "Listen, man, we're done. Okay, we're fed up with your butt. Cut all this bull crap out."
Chill, cut that out, bro. I'm telling you, we ain't out that. You do that one more time, we ain't gonna take it easy. Hey, down. That's enough, man. You ain't talking to me.
He was just trying to wait his time so he could find a way to get up, and they just holding him down.
Right. He's like, you have been harassing us enough.
Only in Nowlands. But yeah, I guess they don't got the video where he actually where he headbutted him, because that's the one I saw, was him starting it with a headbutt, and it was like, well, that was okay, maybe this is it. No, this is after he was held down. Yeah, I saw the one where he headbutted the dude first. Anyway, Shia LaBeouf, guys, he's back in the news, but back on the streets. Shout out to whiteness.
Yes, back on the street.
Man committed a whole fucking felony assault, got beat up, went to the drunk tank, slept it off, got back out, getting drunk again. They'll be seeing him in a few more hours, probably.
Yeah,
in jail.
they will.
Oh my goodness. I know that actor from The Flash is like, so it's okay when he do it? I don't know. I don't know the rules. Everybody. All right, it's late enough. That's been we went over hour 15. I mean, that's pretty good. I don't know if there's anything else we need to cover. Guess we could. I don't know. Do you want to do guess the race or just wrap it up? It's up to you. I don't mind either way.
We can do guess the race.
All right, guys. Shout out to Karen. She's blessing you guys with a little extra podcasting with some guess the race. She said, I don't got to edit this.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. I said it was up to you. It's not a trick.
I ain't got to be up for extra 30 minutes.
Guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
All right, let's go to the first one. A Walmart shopper brandished a gun at an employee for not providing good service.
Oh.
Come on, man. It's Walmart.
Yeah, I don't understand.
You walked into Walmart expecting good service. That's your fault.
Yes, that is.
A 79-year-old man in Florida is accused of getting so angry at a Walmart employee for her supposed lack of hospitality that he brandished a firearm at her from his mobility scooter. Come on.
Mobility scooter.
He was carrying the heat in the scooter while calling her a series of derogatory names. Pascual Santana was arrested last week and charged with 1 count of aggravated assault with a firearm. Let's see. About 11 a.m. Oh, that's early.
11 a.m.
Right before lunch.
Right.
He was shopping in the store's jewelry section. You shop for jewelry in Walmart, bro. Times is hard. Is hard.
Yeah, it is.
And I know some of y'all gonna write in like they got a great jewelry selection. I believe y'all, but come on, y'all not. Jewelry is not synonymous in your head with Walmart.
No, it's not.
I'm not saying it's wrong, and times is tough, but I'm just saying he was in the jewelry section. Like, where is the customer service?
I need my diamond cut.
Every kiss begins with W.
Apparently so.
When he approached the victim, who was working behind one of the counters, and asked to see several different pieces of jewelry. However, the store has a policy of limiting customers to viewing one jewelry item at a time. Yeah, what do you think this is? Target? Come on, we know it's Walmart.
Oh, right. Yes, you see this? You want something else? Let me put this back. Yeah, they're not going to, so you can swipe it and run out with the cubic zirconium? No, sir.
Well, he's on a mobility scooter, so he would have to hit the, like, nitrous oxide or something. Santana
So he
became
can roll out then apparently.
Santana became upset because he felt the victim was not providing good service. He started to speak aggressively towards her, calling the victim a series of derogatory names. The victim said she again explained that the store maintained a policy only allowing her to show one piece of jewelry to a customer at a time. Man, that's how bad Walmart is. She was getting called derogatory names and she was like, okay, sir, I hear you, but we have a policy. Instead of being like, get the fuck out. She was like, listen, this Walmart, I expected to get cussed out several times every day.
Yeah.
You ain't the first, you won't be the last. Sir,
yeah.
It's the policy.
It's the policy.
Santana allegedly responded by telling the victim she had a bad attitude that she needed to fix. When the victim asked him what he wanted to see, he again allegedly insisted on viewing multiple pieces at the same time. The victim told the defendant a second time that she could not do that per the store policy. After she explained it to the defendant for a second time, she was unable to show him multiple pieces. The defendant opened his shirt, in which he had a firearm in his waistband, and showed it to the victim. At that point, my feeling is like, was you just gonna rob it? Was that the whole point then? You just had a gun? Because what was the gun for?
I think that was the whole point.
Right.
And she was like, no, no, this ain't the first time we've been robbed. One piece at a time. I guarantee you they have that policy for people like that.
So she backed up and then called the store security to report the incident. Mm-hmm. The information was transmitted to the police officers, and deputies went to Santana's home.
Oh, so
to speak with him.
He got all the way home.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's still a Walmart. Police was probably like, you don't gotta. Is anyone shot? No, okay, we'll get there in a couple days. In a post-Miranda interview, he denied that he was the individual who appeared in the security footage, despite the fact that the video surveillance shows him during the incident in the area the victim advised and the incident occurred. Mm-hmm. He is currently being held in detention center on $5,000 bond. Yeah. Guess the race of Pascual Santana.
Hispanic.
Okay.
And also, it's one other thing. It's Walmart, so you put in a parking lot, they got your tag. So the second you roll up in the vicinity of a Walmart, you are on camera till you leave the area of that bitch.
Let's see what the chat room says. Scooting and shooting, white passing Cuban.
That's hilarious.
All of that rhyme. Good job, Miss Smart. I will vote for Donald Trump. Latino chat. Oh my God. No. Old ass Hector Salamanca was looking for Sears service from a Walmart Latino. Where's ICE when you need them? Latino. The correct answer is Latino. You hate to see it. The person that said he looked like Hector Salamanca, though, you were not far off. He kind of got a Hector vibe to him for those that watch Breaking Bad. But yeah, he was ringing that little bell on their ass.
Yeah, he's talking about that wouldn't me. They go, sir,
right.
We're actually looking at the same wheelchair. What are you talking
mobility
about?
Scooter,
mobility scooter. Yes.
Let's do another one. A man was busted for spicy chicken domestic battery.
Oh no, wasting food.
During a Valentine's Day quarrel about infidelity, a man allegedly struck.
Oh, that's why it was spicy.
Things getting too spicy for the pepper.
Apparently so. Shout out to American Dad.
Shout out to Francine.
Yes.
A man allegedly struck his female companion in the head with a thrown Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich. I hope it wasn't a deluxe.
Because they pay extra for the lettuce and tomatoes.
The extra mass of pickles, tomatoes, and lettuce can knock a person out.
Trying to tell you.
Investigators say Theodore Anderson, 27, and the victim were having dinner at their home Saturday evening when they began to argue. Yeah, because you know what? If you're cheating on me and it's Valentine's Day and our Valentine's Day meal is Chick-fil-A, I have several problems.
I would have an issue too.
I have several problems with that. So yeah, he threw a Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich, striking the victim in the head with it. He then tossed a styrofoam cup of blue Powerade, which left the woman soaked in a sports drink. Do they serve Powerade at Chick-fil-A, or he had to get that separate?
In a convenience store.
This meal ain't even come together. That's why they started fighting. He brought it a la carte.
Yeah, he did. He was, I want Chick-fil-A. I want pack of M&M's. Ooh,
Right.
I like that blue Powerade.
What you get me for Valentine's Day? Chick-fil-A. Okay, like a combo? No. A la carte.
I like You didn't give me flowers?
When officers arrived at the St. Petersburg residence, they reportedly spotted the Chick-fil-A delicacy broken apart in the living room.
Not the delicacy.
Where the incident occurred. The sandwich was not collected as evidence. He admitted to the spicy chicken attack. The 28-year-old woman alleged she had been battered by him several times throughout the 3 years they had lived together. He got charged with domestic battery, misdemeanor. He spent a day in jail before being released. They ordered him to have no contact with the victim. His rap sheet includes a November 2022 conviction for violating domestic violence restraining order involving a former girlfriend. He was arrested January 22 for battering that same...
beating up women.
Yes. He was arrested in January 2022 for battering the same woman, but that case was dropped by prosecutors. So this might be one of those cyclical type things. Who knows if this is the same woman or not. Guess the race of Theodore Anderson.
White.
Karen says white. Let's check the chat room. See what race they believe old Theo is. Whiter than the chicken breast meat. Whiter than good customer service. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. My pleasure.
Hilarious.
My pleasure. White, says Trey. In the barbershop talking about it's a fake holiday anyway. What race is that? Oh, white, says Kaz. Wasting Yardbird, white. Everybody said white on this one, and everybody, you got it wrong.
What?
That's him. I give it to you, DB, but it's a little too late. Nobody gets the points for getting it right. That's him. The chicken sandwich thrower.
Tossing Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. You never want
See, you know how they got they messed up. They didn't say the Powerade was red or purple. They said blue, and so it just threw me off.
It threw y'all. You gotta get the details. They didn't put it in the report. All right, bonus round.
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
A New York man has been charged with attempted murder after police say he tried to kill his sister with a goddamn crossbow. Sammy Sedham, Sedham, 21, was arrested on Sunday after police say he fired a crossbow at his 28-year-old sister after she got out of her car after coming home from the gym. See, thank God she been working out. She had the flash reflexes.
She been doing that CrossFit. It's been benefiting.
They received a call, the police did, of a woman bleeding from the face. She was hospitalized in stable condition. The arrow grazed the right side of her face.
Woo!
He had been planning to kill his sister for months, according to a local ABC affiliate.
What?
Court document they obtained. Police said the sister told them she was returning home from the gym on Saturday night. She was entering the code to close the garage when she felt a sharp pain on the right side of her face. When she noticed she was bleeding, she called the police. She reportedly told them she saw Sedorn waiting in a parked car across the street from their home. So he tried to snipe her. That was a long shot.
Right?
As officers searched the home, they found a hunting arrow lodged in the wall of the garage. When police went inside the home to search for more evidence, they found a box in Sedhorn's bedroom that once contained the crossbow allegedly used to shoot his sister.
In the same house?
Yeah, he lived in the same house. He had the crossbow
Nigga,
box.
I know your vehicle. You across the street trying to
Right.
snipe me like I'm not going to see the vehicle you drive in every day.
I just picture her looking across the street and then him ducking down in his own car like, it's not me. Police said they also found a katana samurai sword. You know what? This counts for sword ratchetness too. Guys got a 2-for-1.
Got a
Gonna wrap this bad boy up with this one. We love to see it. Okay. I'm a master model of efficiency, if nothing else.
Right?
Police said they also found that sword as well as a laptop. He was arrested without incident on Sunday. He admitted that he fired the crossbow at his sister and had been planning to kill her since Christmas. A reason was not specified. He must not have got a gift. He got coal in his stocking. Sedon was arraigned in Nassau County District Court in Mineola, New York on Sunday and pleaded not guilty to attempted murder, assault, criminal possession of a weapon, tampering with physical evidence, and stalking.
A whole ass arrow lodged in my wall.
Right. So who gonna fix that? He was in my face. He was ordered to be held without bail and to stay away from his sister. So that is sword ratchetness and guess the race. Karen, guess the race of Mr. Sammy Sedhorn. Sedhome. Or Sedhom. Sedhom.
Sedhom. I'm gonna go Indian.
Karen's going Indian. Daryl Dixon thought his sister was infected Middle Eastern. Red dot Indian. Daryl from The Walking Dead. I'm assuming that's white. Game of Thrones white, says Black Rob. Says Has Always.
Yeah, that last name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You going with Indian?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got it wrong. He was white, so you missed that one. Get booed.
I'll take that one. I don't know too many white people named that. Oh.
I don't know any Indian people named Sedham either, though. I don't know where y'all got that one from, but it wasn't just you. Multiple people did it. A couple people got it right with white. Getting this Ramsey Bolton on.
Apparently so.
Yeah. A crossbow. Killing somebody with a crossbow is such a choice. You know what I mean? That's a lot of. That's a choice.
Going through the process. Should I shoot? Nah. How about flay? Nah.
You gotta learn how to shoot a crossbow.
The poor animals he probably shot way before he thought about shooting her.
He didn't have one that was auto load or nothing. Like he had to go get a new boat. You get one chance at it.
One chance.
It wasn't a gun. What a weird.
Right, and a terrible aim because he barely missed her.
Thank goodness he was eccentric.
Right.
Well, anyway.
I'm about to say, shout out to his sister who was fit and just happened to come out of YMCA class.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all. Your racism, you gave it a nice try. But you know,
for 2.
One. You was on 1 for 3, right?
What?
You missed the last 2.
Okay, yeah.
But most of the chat room was with you, so don't feel bad. All right, y'all. We'll be back, possibly doing Balls D Sports tomorrow, and then that will be it till Saturday, probably. If we, and that depends on Justin's work schedule. So hopefully that happens, but we'll see.
Yes.
Don't forget Pod Jam tickets. All up in the show notes. Thank you to Marissa. I accidentally the text was right, but the link was sending people to the wrong site, so it's been fixed.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everyone. Have a good rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out with us this late night.